This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I am here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw, April 11th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Now, we kick off tonight's episode with The Miz hosting Miz TV, and his special guest was Cody Rhodes. So yeah, Miz comes out and he introduces Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes comes down, and him and Miz was chatting and all that. And every time when Cody Rhodes will try to say something, Miz will pretty much make corrections, which was pretty funny. Like at one point we seen Miz talking about like, well, you said the reason why you come back to WWE last week was so you can win the WWE Universal Championship. And, that's what Cody Rhodes said. Cody Rhodes then said, yeah, I came back to WWE to win back the undisputed WWE Universal belt. And Miz looks up and he goes like, it's not a belt, it's a title. A belt is what you put around your waist. So, yeah, that's what Miz was saying. And Cody was like, all right, oh well, and then Miz was like, well, I've been hearing rumors that Seth Rollins has been looking for a rematch against you. And Cody Rhodes was like, well, if Rollins wants a rematch, I'm perfectly fine with that. We can have a rematch then. But yeah, and then Cody looks at me and he goes like, Miz, I respect you and all that. But I came here to the company to fight the best wrestlers. And Miz cuts him off again. He goes like, it's not wrestlers, it's superstars. So yeah, pretty funny stuff right there. And Cody was like, okay, wrestlers, superstars, whatever. I came down back to WWE to fight the best. So yeah, that's what Cody was talking about. And, he told Miz he respected him and all that. And Cody was like, let the be the best man wins, because they got a match later on tonight. And then Cody turns his back, and then Miz tried to attack him, but Cody moves out the way. Miz goes through the second rope, and he starts running up the ramp. So yeah, later on tonight on Monday Night Raw, we will see Cody Rhodes with his first match back on Monday Night Raw in like 6 years or something, versus The Miz later on tonight on Raw. And knowing that we will see the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Sasha Banks and Naomi, versus Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships later on tonight. So yeah, and we will see MVP hosting the VIP lounge with Omos later on tonight. But up next, we're going to be seeing Dominic Mysterio versus Veer Mahan up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, we get the first match of the night. It was Dominic Mysterio versus Veer Mahan, 1-on-1 now. Rey Mysterio was not at ringside or anything. Apparently he's not there tonight. But yeah, they go 1-on-1. It was Veer's in-ring debut pretty much, or return, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, both of them goes off against each other 1-on-1. Now, this match was pretty short. It was like about 2 minutes long or whatever, just to show how dominant Veer is. Dominic was trying to do everything, like tried to cross bodies and everything on a Veer. He got clotheslined at one point outside of the ring. Veer throws him back in the ring because he didn't want a count-out victory. And then he hits that vicious clothesline again, and then locks on that submission move that he locked on him last week. I think they call it the cervical clutch or something like that. And he was making him tap out. And so, yeah, Veer Mahan defeated Dominic Mysterio tonight. And then after the match ended, he locks on that submission hold again, making Dominic tap out and stuff. And then a bunch of WWE officials had come out and stop him, get him to let go of him. So, yeah, Veer laying a statement down, beating Dominic Mysterio tonight. So, yeah, that's what happened. The match wasn't special, nothing, just to show how dominant Veer is, pretty much. Just to show him, Veer destroying Dominic tonight. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll just give it 1 star. Veer won his match, his, debut or whatever. And, yeah, that's what I'll give it. And, just to see him being dominant or whatever. So, yeah. Pretty interesting right there. But yep, that's what happened there. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, we get into a one-on-one match. It was Damian Priest versus AJ Styles, one-on-one. Now, before that match, we seen pretty much Dominic Mysterio getting loaded up into the ambulance because, you know, he got beat up by Veer Mahan, and then Veer had a guy interview. He said, any man that gets in his way is going to destroy him, pretty much. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we seen like a video clip from earlier today, apparently, where we seen AJ Styles get interviewed about Edge and Damian Priest. And then Damian Priest was walking backstage. Styles spotted him. They started brawling backstage and they got broken up. And then that's when we got to this match. AJ Styles versus Damian Priest one-on-one. The match was going on perfectly fine. At one point, we seen Damian Priest try to hit the Reckoning onto AJ Styles. Styles was fighting out of it. And then Styles managed to get on the ring apron. He was about to springboard to hit the phenomenal forearm onto Damian Priest, but Damian Priest hits like a roundhouse kick onto Styles, knocking him off the ring apron outside on the floor. And then Damian Priest pretty much kneels on one knee, and then the blue light, the lights goes off in the arena, and then the blue spotlight pretty much goes on to Damian Priest, and he's just smiling and stuff. And then Raw goes on a commercial break, comes back on, and the match is already over. So yeah, the match, I guess it has a no contest. That was a stupid way to end a match, but yeah, that's what happens there. Styles gets interviewed backstage, and he said he still wants to fight against them and stuff, and he was pretty busted open a little bit as well. So yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, with the match and all that, I'll just give it half of the story. That's why I'll give it, just because it ended in a no contest. But yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing Cody Rhodes versus The Miz one-on-one up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Cody Rhodes versus The Miz one-on-one. Now, after Miz and Cody Rhodes made their way down to the ring, Seth Rollins comes down. He just sits at the announce table just watching this match. And, you know, the match is going on. Cody versus Miz. It was a pretty good match. We seen Miz try and win the match because, you know, Cody Rhodes injured his leg during the match, and Miz was going after his leg, attacking it multiple times, and then he locked on the figure 4 leg lock at the ending, and Cody Rhodes turned it around and stuff. And at the ending, we seen Cody Rhodes hit the Cody cutter off the second rope onto the Miz, and then Miz got back up dazed and all that, and then that was Cody Rhodes' chance to hit the crossroads onto the Miz, and then pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah. Cody Rhodes defeated The Miz tonight in a one-on-one match. That's what happened. Pretty good match. This is Cody Rhodes' first match back on Monday Night Raw after 6 years or whatever. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then Seth Rollins gets into the ring, and he looks at Cody Rhodes. He's on the mic, and he says, "Cody, I heard something about a rematch, that you wanted a rematch against me." And Cody Rhodes, you know, looks at Seth Rollins and he says, "Yes, so yeah. Soon, I don't know when, probably at the next pay-per-view. But yeah, it looks like it'll be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins part 2. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening down the road or whatever. Probably at the next pay-per-view. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then backstage, we get Tommaso Ciampa get interviewed because he is the newest member on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, he got called up from NXT. And Ezekiel comes up, and you know, he said, "Hey, I'm Eliza's younger brother, Ezekiel." And then we seen Kevin Owens come up, and Kevin Owens tells him to stop lying. And Ezekiel was like, "I'm not lying," and walks away. And then Tommaso Ciampa was like, "Yeah, that's Ezekiel." And Tommaso Ciampa was like, Kevin Owens was like, "Am I the only one saying around here or whatever?" So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, for that match with Cody Rhodes and The Miz, I'll give it 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match. So yeah, but up next, it looks like it'll be Liv Morgan versus Naomi one-on-one. This match was supposed to be a tag team match with Rhea Ripley and Sasha Banks. Like Rhea Ripley teaming up with Liv Morgan to take on Sasha Banks and Naomi for the Women's Tag Team Championships. But I guess that match is now scrapped for some reason. but it looks like we'll be having Liv Morgan versus Naomi 1-on-1. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next time that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Naomi with Sasha Banks at ringside versus Liv Morgan one-on-one. Now this match was supposed to be a Women's Tag Team Championship match with Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, but Rhea Ripley's not there, and yeah, I guess that match got scrapped. So yeah, Liv Morgan versus Naomi one-on-one. And this match was pretty quick. It only lasted like, 2 minutes? A minute and a half to 2 minutes or something like that. So yeah, at the ending we seen Liv Morgan try to hit like a Hurricane Rana on Naomi, but the Naomi reversed it, hit the powerbomb onto her. And then, tries to pin Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan rolls her up, pinning her 1, 2, and then Naomi pretty much kick it right back up, sitting on top of Liv Morgan with the legs hooked and got the 3 count. So yeah, Naomi defeated Liv Morgan tonight in a one-on-one match. That's what happened. So yeah, with that match, I'll give it a half of a star. That's what I'll give it. It sucks that that match didn't last a little bit longer. So yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, still to come later on tonight, we will see. Well, actually, it will be up next. So yeah, it looks like up next we're going to be seeing Omos and MVP hosting the VIP lounge, and Bobby Lashley will be out there up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, so we seen Bobby Lashley come out, and he was at the VIP lounge waiting for MVP and Omos because he wanted an answer from MVP. So yeah, we then see MVP and Omos come out because Bobby Lashley called him out, and they were standing on the ramp, and MVP looks at Bobby Lashley and goes like, "Look, sooner or later, Omos will go back down and beat your ass and all that. But I taught this man how to become a businessman and everything. Do stuff at the right time for the right amount of money." So yeah, that's what he said about Omos. And Bobby Lashley looks at MVP, goes like, I want answers from you. And MVP said, "All right, you want some answers? I'll give you the answers. The only reason I turned my back on you was because you couldn't share your WrestleMania spotlight with me. Because, I've been there for you and everything. I made your ass relevant again. When I came to the company, you were just floundering around, and I helped you become the WWE champion and help you main event WrestleMania and all that." So, yeah, that's what MVP was saying. And then Bobby Lashley was like, "Well, you did came back down here, but if it wasn't for me now, you wouldn't be, on television. You just came back for your retirement tour and all that." So yeah, that's what Bobby Lashley was saying, and he said that he'll beat his ass and all that. And then MVP, was saying a little bit more stuff, and then that was it. And then Bobby Lashley grabs, pretty much starts destroying the VIP set. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, then we get backstage and we seen Reggie, R-Truth, and Akira Tozawa having a bachelorette party because it's Akira Tozawa's bachelorette party. And then we seen R-Truth looking at Reggie and go like, "Why are you here? Ain't you going to be with Dana Brooke? Ain't they having a bachelorette party with Tamina or whatever?" And yeah, that's what was in that. So yeah, segments right there, bunch of segments, but it was whatever. The segment with MVP and Bobby Lashley and stuff was pretty good though. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But up next we're going to be seeing Bianca Belair versus Zelena Vega up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, before I talk about the Bianca Belair versus Zelena Vega match, we gotta talk about what happened backstage. So yeah, we seen Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville talking to Austin Theory backstage. And they said, "Well, congratulations on your victory at WrestleMania, whatever." Pretty much talking about WrestleMania, even though he lost. But then Austin Theory said, "No, no, 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 you could just call me Theory." The freaking stupid shit that went on again. Austin Theory done lost his first name. He is now known as Theory because Vince said Austin don't suit Theory very well. So yeah, it looks like now they have done another name change. Austin Theory is now known as Theory, and he'll be going after the United States Championship very soon. So yeah, his name is now Theory. It's not Austin Theory. That's what happened there. And then Kevin Owens comes up to Austin, Theory now to move the hell out of the way, because he wanted to talk to Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, and he said that he wants to have a lie detector test on Ezekiel next week, and they said yeah, and they'll pay for it and all that. So yeah, that's what happened backstage. But then we get to the match. The Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, versus Zelena Vega, one-on-one. And it was a quick match. It wasn't long or nothing. But at the ending of this match, we seen Bianca Belair pick up Queen Zelena in the press slam and then drops her down. And then lifts her back up and then hits her finish move, the KOD, onto Zelena Vega and then pins her for the 1-2-3. So yeah, Bianca Belair defeated Zelena Vega one-on-one tonight on Monday Night Raw. But then after the match ended, we seen Sonya Deville come out, and then it goes on commercial break and it comes back on. And Bianca Belair wants to know who her new next opponent is for the Raw Women's Championship. And Sonya Deville looks at her. She says, "Well, I got a contract right here. You faced against Becky, but I know Becky wants a rematch or whatever. But then you got other choices like Rhea Ripley and Carmella and all them, but it ain't them as well." She said, "Well, this superstar, hasn't competed in like a year, even though they did." And Sonya Deville, pretty much played the drum roll. Bianca Belair looking at the entranceway, and then she gets attacked from behind by Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville laid her out, and then Bianca already signed the contract to begin with before she found out who her opponent was. Rookie mistake right there, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's what happened there. But after she already got attacked or whatever, Sonya Deville signs the contract, and it looks like we're going to be seeing Bianca Belair versus Sonya Deville for the Raw Women's Championship soon, probably at the next pay-per-view. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then, of course, Adam Pearce and the referee comes out. Adam Pearce looking at Sonya like, "What the hell? Why you signed the contract?" and all that. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yep, for that match between Bianca and Zelena Vega, I'll just give it 1 star. That's why I'll give it, even with the segment from a while ago with Sonya Deville. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get to the 24/7 title thing. So what was going on was there was a bachelorette party with Dana Brooke and Tamina, and then Nikki Ash try to come up and try to get the 24/7 title, but that was unsuccessful. And then R-Truth, Tamina actually helped Dana Brooke at one point, tossing Nikki Ash and all that. And then R-Truth, he said that he got a certificate and everything, how he wants to pretty much be like the I forgot what you call them, but it's like the pastor or whatever, where they get weddings or whatever. So yeah, it looks like next week on Raw, there's 2 weddings now. So yeah, that'll be next week. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. It was RK Bro versus Alpha Academy. But before I talk about that match, we gotta talk about Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. Now, of course, Adam Pearce goes up to Sonya Deville asking like, "What the hell? Why the hell did you pretty much put yourself in the Raw Women's Championship match?" And Sonya Deville was like, "Well, for one, it was a open challenge, and Cherry signed the contract, and I did too. And don't be mad because I'm the first WWE official to, answer an open challenge and go for the title." So yeah, that's what Sonya Deville said. She said, "Well, I'm still in my prime anyway." So yeah, that's what she said to Adam Pearce. And then we get to the match. It was the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, Randy Orton and Riddle, RK Bro versus Chad Gable and Otis, Alpha Academy, in a tag team match, in a non-title tag team match. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. At the ending of this match, we seen Riddle hit the knee onto Otis, knocking him out of the ring, and then Riddle tags in Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes in, was Randy Orton and Chad Gable then Orton does his thing, DDTs him, and then he was setting up for the RKO, and he tried to hit the RKO, but Chad Gable reverses it by hitting a backslide onto Randy Orton, pinning him 1, 2. Orton kicks out at 2, and then Orton immediately gets up and hits the RKO onto Chad Gable, laying him out, and then pins up for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions Randy Orton and Riddle, RK Bro, defeated Alpha Academy tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. And then after the match ended, we seen the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay the Usos. They come out and they said how they want to unify their tag team titles and make it the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. So yeah, they was challenging RK Bro for the tag team titles, and then RK Bro, they started talking a little bit, but then Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, come out, and they say how they are number one to be in the line for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And yeah, that's what they said. And then Randy Orton's like, well, how about this? Instead of freaking stop talking about everybody wants to see a fight. And it looks like up next we're going to be seeing Jimmy and Jay the Usos versus the Street Profits up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that match looks like it'll be happening up next. And with the RK Bro versus Alpha Academy match, I'll give it 3 stars. It was a pretty good tag team match between RK Bro and Alpha Academy. So yeah, I'll give it 3 stars. But yeah, up next we're going to be seeing the Street Profits versus the Usos up next in a tag team match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until the next thing happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. It looks like it will be the main event, actually. It was the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay the Usos, versus Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, in a tag team match. And yeah, it was a non-title tag team match. And we seen the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, Randy Orton and Riddle, RK Bro, watching this match from ringside. So yeah, it was a pretty good match between the Street Profits and the Usos. They faced off so many times, which I'll talk about at the end. But yeah, they was in the match and they was going at it. It was a pretty good match going back and forth. But at the ending of this match, we seen the Usos hit the Day 1 or D1 onto Montez Ford, and they pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay the Usos, defeated Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. But then after the match ended, we seen the Usos walking away, and they got in the faces with the RK Bro in the middle of the ring. But then both teams is holding up their tag titles, and then the Usos get out of the ring, walking up the ramp and stuff. And then we seen Angelo Dawkins trying to attack Riddle from behind, and they both went over the top rope outside the ring, getting laid out. And then we seen Randy Orton looking at Montez Ford getting up, and then he hits the RKO onto Montez Ford, and then he turns around, and then he gets hit with a double super kick by the Usos, getting laid out. And then the Usos grab the Raw Tag Team titles and the SmackDown Tag Team titles, holding them up high at the end of the show, and then that was it. So yeah, for that tag team match, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good tag team match, good main event. But yeah, that's what happened there tonight on Monday Night Raw. Now, talk about Monday Night Raw. Like I said, too many matches between the Usos and the Street Profits. Now, they do put on some good tag team matches. I'm not going to lie, but it's just, for like over the year now, we've seen like them face off in so many tag team matches. The same for RK Bro and Alpha Academy. They faced off in so many tag team matches. Like I said, the tag team matches are pretty damn good, but they just face off so many times. And then we gotta talk about now Bianca Belair versus Sonya Deville. That match look like it'll probably be a good storyline at least. With Sonya Deville having the power and stuff as the authority. And then now that looks like it'll be pretty good. So I don't got no problem with that. Bianca Belair versus Zelena Vega. It was just a whatever match, pretty much. Just to make Bianca look strong. Veer Mahan making his in-ring debut. I understand, just to make him look strong, even though pretty much Dominic jobbed out really bad, but yeah, just to make him look strong. Liv Morgan versus Naomi should have been longer. Let's be honest, that match should have been longer. instead of like 2 minutes or whatever. Even though that match was supposed to be a tag team match, like I said earlier, for the women's tag team titles, but what can you do? And then Austin Theory changing his name just a theory. No, that is freaking stupid right there alone. Cody Rhodes versus The Miz was pretty good, and same for their segment earlier was pretty good with Miz TV and all that. The VIP lounge was pretty good with MVP and Bobby Lashley and Omos. That was pretty good. And yeah, that's everything that I can think of on the top of my head. The only thing I really got issue with was, like I said, too many tag team matches with the same tag teams at least. But, and then, well, Austin Theory changed his name, of course, just a theory. So yeah, pretty much I really don't got an issue with tonight's Monday Night Raw that I can think of, at least off the top of my head. But for tonight's Monday Night Raw, I'll give it 7 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was decent. Monday Night Raw was decent tonight. So yeah, that's been my WWE Monday Night Raw April 11th, 2022 reviews. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Bales, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram. It'll all be down there in the description box so you can follow all my social media accounts. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for this Wednesday's AEW Dynamite reviews. See you guys later. Until then.